Hello.
Hey, Ken.
Hey. What did you back to you guys after that court case? What happened?
Pretty much, Carrie stepped up, wanted to be the conservator. She knows this shit, so they didn't get to be able to stop her. But it's so bad now. Well, off the record, some of the Heritage House people talk to me like she's very iffy, and she took Dad's cell phone away.
Who did?
The conservator.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
I know that.
And here's the deal. She tried to get into court and say that Ken, or not Ken, but Dan, wants her to continue to be the conservator, and it's out of control because she's just trying to hold on to the gig. And she visits Dad like maybe once a month. When Dad went to the hospital, for he was getting his teeth cleaned. And, she's okay with just putting Dad in a fucking van to get him there. And she's let Dad leave twice. And then she told me, she tried to make me feel guilty. Jack, she said that you haven't come visit your dad once. And I can't get up there, and I said, I could get up there and pick up my dad for a weekend. But to go up there 6 hours and just take him out for an hour for dinner? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, first of all, they shouldn't even take her testimony if Stan's not there to say it himself. That's just all hearsay. And somebody should have kept saying something about that hearsay. He's not here. You can't take his or her word for it. If he'd have written a letter saying these things and signed it, then maybe they accept it, but they can't. Her saying he said, that's a bunch of bullshit.
And it gets all more even fucked up about that because first of all, I'm not very calm when I deal with this. I contacted the guy. He's like a 68-year-old guy that's appointed by the court to represent Dad. I went off on him, and I point blank asked him, when they're talking about my dad, like they just got up there, she didn't want him to be there for the sell of the house or any of that. And I asked her the court-appointed fucking person that's supposed to represent him if he had a right to be there. He said yes. And then I just went off about the Heritage House neglect and all that. And, he's like, he doesn't give a shit about that. But it's all a fucking scam. And he's the one that told me to hire Joan. Joan just bailed. Joan just wanted me to hire Jean, which is a conservator, and she wouldn't help me with the paperwork as far as the computer. And I just don't know what to do. I did speak to a person off record at the Heritage House, and she says I just write letters to the court and I keep a journal, and I have been doing that. And I went to the social services person. She was there, and I talked to her about neglect at the Heritage House, and she actually was very interested in that. She's real. But she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the attorney that Ruben has. Now, Terry was telling me, she didn't say anything about his age, nothing. She just said his attorney seems like a very nice guy, very knowledgeable, whatever. So I don't know what she thought of him, but she thought she was pretty well satisfied with whatever court-appointed attorney that Ruben has.
Yes, but at the same time, if he knows that my dad has the right to be there, why didn't he make that happen? But here's where it gets all weird because Dad is a vulnerable adult, but
the only problem is by having Dad there, I can see where probably wouldn't want him there because Ruben has a tendency to say shit that isn't accurate.
But dad is all passive now. You know, when it got to court and they were talking about a new conservator, Dad was saying, "Oh, I'm okay with her." You know. So
he turns around when he's talking to Terry, he's talking completely the opposite.
Right, Dad.
It's just like you're sitting in jail. You know, that's what he told her.
Yeah. He said what?
He said, it's like you're sitting in jail here. It's better in jail than you're here.
Right. But the thing is, here's where it gets all fucked up, because Dad will, whoever he's in front of, tell them what they want to hear. And, you know,
that's why I said the attorney, they probably knows this, and didn't want Ruben there to talk or to have anybody question him.
Yeah.
You know, he probably figured he was going to hurt himself by doing it.
Yeah, the things these people don't know, I record all the conversations with an app on my phone. But I don't know, man. Do I keep fighting? Because I pull back and start taking care of myself, and then I get sucked back in to the shit.
Well, I got the impression that Terry was doing the fighting now.
Well, yeah, I hope so, because she's more professional than me. I just let my emotions.
See, that's the thing. She should probably use you as a witness. She should probably be actually in there, stating her case, stating why she should have Ruben there, you know, and so forth. Except she's with family then, and keep on like that. And she probably have the attorney question you then, and then you see this also as this would be good for a dad to be around family and somebody that can take care of them, you know.
Well, the thing with Carrie, I think you're absolutely right. The greatest thing about her is she knows the system. When it came to the truck that sat in there because of my dumbass, she knew that it had to be released. So that's released. But it gets all weird, too, because, you know, she's going to win the conservatorship. We know that because she says it's a law and they want her to be with her. But how long is that going to last? You know, because
she sounds like she'd have no problem with it. You know, she says, sure, some of the money will get used to watch the movie during the daytime, and she'll get her mother to do that.
Right.
The whole thing would be a lot cheaper than where he's at now.
Right. What she's going to do is her mom takes care of other people right now, and she's going to pay her mom $2,000 a month. You know, which is awesome. You know, just
what's Ruben paying now? So it's $6,000 a month?
No, $3,700, and that doesn't include anything else. If he's sick, they charge him to get a bus there and all that stuff. And so, but I don't know, but it's just absolutely out of control. And I text her about the cell phone, and I've texted her probably like 80 times, and she's contacted me back twice. And Dad,
talking about Clotilda?
Yeah.
Or Carrie?
No, Carrie.
Okay.
Yeah, Carrie's cool. I've been trying to get a hold of her today, but you know she has a life. She has kids. But I just want to make sure that you know she had talked about if it doesn't work out with Dad, she's going to put Dad in a home up there. You know, and my whole goal has always been to get my dad down here. When we got him out of jail for fleeing the police, I point blank asked him in the car, "Hey, let's get you down to the city. Let's go. You just stay with me." And he said no. So I immediately brought him to the hospital. because my doctor said, because this is when he couldn't be by himself. My doctor said, bring him to the hospital and just leave him there. Legally, they can't let him go, and they let him go.
Yeah, but who picked him up then?
He just paid a cab to get home.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you step up and have my dad come live with you, and he's going to hide all your shit. You've been there before. See,
I've been there before.
But nobody...
He's got to have somebody where they can watch him, and that's where Terry said, she's there in the evenings, or Connor, or somebody's there in the evenings. During the day, she's going to have her mother come over and be there out during the daytime.
Right.
That's the deal,
But do I tell her about all the shit my dad will do? He'll hide the phones. He took my wallet and held them a couple times. And he talks about trying to...
Tell her everything, because that's what she can watch for. She asks me different things that I told her, and she's I appreciate you telling me that. You'll just keep an eye on it. Well, this way she's aware of it, It's not that she can do anything about it or can stop it from happening, but at least then she's aware of it and can be watching for it.
Yeah, and she has to hide it. And she has to hide her keys because, my keys, cell phone, and like my dad, I'm afraid he was talking to me a week ago, wanting to have another car. And he slammed into my Jag, slammed into my fucking Ford Fiesta. He fucking put water in my fucking Jag twice. And there goes $1,000 out of my pocket. He put water in the Jeep.
That's right. You can't have a living with him because you can't watch him close enough. For that kind of shit,
Man, when I go to the store, he hide my wallet. What is it with my dad that makes him do this? Because I feel, personally, my dad has a dark soul. And it's like I walked away from him for 20 years, and I regret everything that I've done for my dad, Well,
I know what it's like when he was here, Like if we were trying to help him out, he's the one that's going to be looking to hurt us,
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Help him, he strikes out with that person,
That's what gets all weird. And then Dad will play the victim game. And Dad's Dad's not the victim.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody tries to help him. They're the victim. And I remember this as a kid. First of all, my dad's a felon for stealing checks from somebody. This is just my mom told me. I don't know if it's true.
He spent some time in prison.
Yeah. Well, it gets all weird because he lashes out, and then once he's around social services, once he's around the conservator, he just makes everybody else the bad guy. And my dad could play that nice guy game pretty good, And,
but see, that's probably why the attorney didn't want him in there. Because he knew that they would question him, and who knows what he's going to say.
Yeah.
He might screw everything.
Yeah.
So he's probably better off not having him in court.
Of course, because by taking the phone, here's what I think they're doing. She's trying to save $35 a month. The conservator is. That
probably goes in her pockets. I just don't trust her. I mean, she just, she's not letting her. Well, I complained too that she wanted him up there for Thanksgiving and she wouldn't let him go.
Yeah, well, that's it's all weird, you know? It's like, I don't know what a definition of a conservator is. Personally, after this, I think there should be mediators, you know? If the family has a problem, you put them into mediation, you know, or I might be pronouncing the word wrong, but it's a fucking scam. And I've contacted every TV station in the Twin Cities, and nobody will pick up the story. And a couple things. I tried to get them show up for fucking court, and then they told me about Crow Wing County, where they can only show up for, you know, what do they call that when they're not the original court case, but when they're given a sentence, and they need 2 weeks notice. So, yeah, it's a part of law that, you know, my dad's family has no rights. And she's exploiting the shit out of it. And when it came
she wants the money. That's what she's after.
Yeah, and then me doing the fucking 100 trips up there. I'm the bad guy. You know that 9,000. Okay, my dad gave me 10,000. I paid for the dog and his car to be towed back. My dad did 2,000 of fucking damage on my Ford Fiesta. All right, I had to sell it because I hit a deer. He gave me 1,000 for that, so right now we're 8,000. The shit with me losing 15,000 of work, that's not legal, but at pretty much 55 a pop, you know, 100 fucking trips. Because I was taking 8 days off a month due to the doctor shit. And so that makes no difference. And that's not an issue now. And when everything started with this whole stuff, I was paying myself $452 a fucking week. The numbers are there. I got it all that. But I'm the bad guy. And all the work was done for this bitch. All the work was done. Got the house together, all that shit, put everything in the fucking garage, and legally she was supposed to tell people, put a fucking ad in the paper. She didn't fucking do that. And then when I'm sitting talking to her at court, she was saying, oh, it was a mess, because I point blank, because she told Carrie that there was only a box in the car with the records that I left for her. That's what Carrie told me. And then when I threw it at her, she's like, yeah, all that stuff was in the car and it was interesting. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And then I could walk away because the police came and kept talking to me. The sheriff kept talking to me because I'm so fucking agitated and angry. And he's like, are you okay? You're okay? And then I walked away from that and I walked up back to her and say, what do you want in fucking alphabetical order? And then the thing comes down to, when it comes to that shit, all right, the only reason, like, my dad is living in kind of a squalid, or like, he has all the shit that they have for him there. And the idea, because she's like, why didn't you fucking, you know, sell the stuff and all that? No. The idea was to get my dad out of there after fucking 6 months. He has all this shit. Wherever he goes, he could have it. You know? Because he's no dressers, all that. And he has everything, you know, to make him remember everything that happened, you know, with his life. And they threw away all the fucking pictures. They threw everything away. And then she gave the shit to Habitat to Humanity. You know, like, if you're all about money, you probably had like $3,500 in there that you could have got for this shit. It's just, she's a control freak, and I think about taking her to fucking small claims court, which I'll lose, but the key is just to fucking serve her. And I thought about fucking getting up there and holding a fucking sign in front of the credit union, you know, about what's going on. But here's the problem. I'm all fucking agitated again, and 24 hours a day, once I get to this point, I'm obsessive compulsive, so all I'll think about my dad.
You gotta stay cool.
But see, my dad. So now I'm pulled back in again because I'm angry about a cell phone.
Yeah.
And because it's like it's out of control. But I've been through this so many times where I try and fight for my father, and then my dad will just fuck me because I'm fighting for him because he's so fucking selfish. You know, my brother, I counted on my brother to stand up, and, you know, I brought him up there for a couple months, and, you know, all he does is he wouldn't even go get my dad's mail.
Yeah.
But when he was out of...
You can't count, you can't really count on him,
Well, here's what the trip is. Listen to this shit. When my brother was out of cigarettes, it's 15 below zero. He walked 2.3 miles to the fucking store to get cigarettes.
You took a bag.
Huh?
You really bad.
But then,
yeah.
but then, see, here's why my brother's a good manipulator. He got to the store. Everybody felt bad for him, so they gave him a ride home. And then a second time he did that, he's walking down the middle of the road, and then the cops picked him up. You know, it's just. But as a kid, I had no one to back me up. And then Dan, the stepbrother, my stepbrother, he doesn't like Carrie. So he wants, he doesn't like her. So he wants her to stay, Diane, to stay as conservator, and he never takes my call. He bailed. Like, we tried to get a hold of him over and over, and then when it comes to Connor, there was like 6 months. You know, like 3 months after Dad gave him all that shit, the snowmobile and whatever, and he just wouldn't get a hold of me. And then somehow he said, talk to your mom, because I said, how come my dad gave you this fucking snowmobile and that you haven't talked to my dad? And then all of a sudden he gave me Carrie's number, and then, you know, Carrie's like protective of her son. Oh, he doesn't. But I understand that. But yeah, it's been a nightmare. But at the same time, when do I stop ruining my life fucking over my father? Because he's ruined my life. Secondary, here's what I've done it to myself, all right? But
that's why I keep saying you just gotta keep your cool. You know what happened, what's gonna happen. You can testify or say what you think you want, but you gotta be in your cool. You can't be up there bitching about it, because then they're gonna come down on you. You know, you've gotta play it cool.
It's hard.
I know it's hard. But that's the only way they're going to listen to you. Otherwise, they think you're running off on your steam, you know, or somebody.
Well,
and it's not going to help you.
I went in front of the judge as far as accounting, and I started to fucking rail against the system. He told me, I don't want to hear any of that. I don't got the numbers yet, because I had a cause case, whatever, because I didn't know how to fill out the paperwork. I sent them all the records and stuff like that, and that I didn't know I had to type it in. And then so I typed it in, and then he hadn't had the records of that yet. So now that case is coming up in April. And see, here's what I've been doing wrong, according to the person that works there. I talked to her off the record, not a nurse, whatever. She said that, Jeff, you should have been sending letters to the court. You should have been sending letters to social services. You should have sent letters to the state as far as neglect. But I didn't know that. I just hoped everybody do the right thing, you know? And so my last text to that cunt, Diane, the conservator, is like, I want to set up a conference call with the court, with social services, with Heritage House, with you and my dad. But here's where we get all weird. Dad won't. He'll just roll with anybody who's in front of him, and
That's right. Yep.
So what?
I don't know. I think you're better off leaving Dad out of that. I don't know what he'd say. When I talked to him one time, everything's so great where he's at. Next time I hear from somebody else where he complains that it's not okay.
Right. And can you imagine? I'm sorry. Can you imagine what it's like as a son?
Well, that's why I keep saying you just got to keep it cool. That's the only thing. You can't take this all and let it pile down on your mind. You just got to figure out what's the way it's going to be, and that's what you can do for him. If he doesn't want any help, then there's nothing you can do.
And that's the thing. My dad hasn't wanted any help this whole time.
He wants help, but he wants it the way he wants it. He doesn't want anybody to be able to tell him what to do. He doesn't want, to get a schedule for him. He wants everything the way he always has had it.
Right.
It ain't going to happen anymore. He's beyond that point.
Yeah, and
he's got to realize it.
Right, and he was always, if I get this right, and as a kid I'd seen an abusive. He's always been abusive. Some of the things like my mom's side family say, that's bullshit. But I don't know. Yeah. So what would you suggest? Just write the letters. I send them to you. You tell me how to revise it. But get back to my life, because once again, I'm sucked in over the phone.
Well, that's the thing, you can send letters, and you can email them to me or whatever, and I can go through them and change what I think should be changed and send it back to you.
All right. All right. Well, I just want to let you know. Yeah. Well, you've been my official dad since we talked a couple months ago. Dad, I apologize about those Christmas cards. All right.
Don't worry about Christmas cards and birthday cards.
All right. Thanks. I gotta go into the gym because I'm getting fat. Dad, are you fat?
I hope not.
You have
lose some weight, though.
Are you full head of hair?
Well, most of the time.
What the fuck happened? How come I don't have hair, Dad?
I don't know. You wore cap too much.
All right. I'm going to work out. I'll send you that shit before I send it. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.